Hey, what it is. Y'all already know it is. It's the big bounce hog, bounce dog K-Pop through the door. Here to talk this boxing, man. We got Coach B here today, man. Other hosts of the Clutch Factory podcast. We clutched that. Know what we talking about. We talking about that fight, man. That fight last night. But before we get in that, remember tough times don't last. Good people do. Don't knock yourself. Caught them in that fight line. Remember you matter. And coach, let these people know how you been, man.
What up, folks? You know what it is. He already said the slogan. We clutched up, we clutched that, and you know exactly what we be talking about. Yeah, you know what it is, man. It is what it is, man. I'm alive. I say this all the time. God wake me up. Everything after that is extra, and I'm blessed. And I continue to push. Y'all should continue to push, and you know what it is. As long as you got a chance to breathe in and out some oxygen and carbon dioxide, you should be doing your best, putting your best foot forward, trying to strive to be the greatest version of you at all times.
And that's big facts. That's big facts. Nah, let's get into it, man. We had a great fight yesterday. I mean, really, the whole card was a phenomenal card. Shout out to PBC. Take the other sheet, you need to be taking notes. But let's get back on topic. Uh, David Benavidez versus David Morrell. Yes, we starting with the main event. That was probably my fight of the year right now. It seemed like in that fight, David Benavidez, when he wanted to dominate and take over the fight, David Morrell would be like, nah. And then when David Morrell tried to take over the fight, David Benavidez was like, uh-uh. So it was a great fight. You know, I feel like the right man won. I feel like David Benavidez really won the fight by a landslide. There were some things that I feel like he needs to improve on, but I mean, that's just my quick, you know, synopsis of what I saw. Coach, what did you see, man? What did you see in that fight? Um, and was it fight of the year to you? And do you think David Benavidez won by a landslide? And you know, I'm just at all words. I can't even keep talking. I mean, it's just I'm lost for words, man. That was a great fight. We got a great treat yesterday. Well, that's what you get when the best fight the best. But my bad, coach. Go ahead and do your thing, man.
You good, boss? Uh, I ain't gonna lie, I'm with you. To answer one of your questions, yes, I think it's definitely a candidate for fight of the year immediately. Uh, Next thing, I was impressed. I was impressed by David Morrell. You know what I'm saying? He you know, he took me by surprise with his approach. He took me by surprise 100%. First off, let me get into my prediction. I did predict that Morrell would get knocked out in round 9, but once I seen how he was still operating in round 7, 8, I was like, okay, my prediction is dead. You know what I'm saying? Just like we say all the time on the channel, when we right, we right. When we wrong, we wrong, and we say that. So I was wrong, and David Morrell getting knocked out in round 9. Now, from what I seen from both competitors, fighters in this matchup, uh, David Morrell did what I predicted he would do. He got a little stagnant. He stopped letting his hands go. He kind of stood in front and he was available to get hit by Benavidez. So I got that part right with my fight prediction. So bravo to myself and the channel as well for getting that right. But at the same time, again, this fight was very impressive. It definitely went in a different manner than I thought it would. And a few things on Benavidez's end that kind of gave Morrell that real fighting chance was the fact that, in my opinion, from what I've seen, David Benavidez, you can tell he's moving up in weight. But as he's moving up in weight, his mental is starting to change into a heavier fighter. What do I mean by that? We're used to Benavidez letting those blistering combinations go, those fast, lightning quick punches, and then he'll pair it with a couple of power shots. Last night, you can see where Benavidez was kind of focused on just solely breaking his face. He was solely throwing nothing but power shots. I think I seen Benavidez throw 2 flurries towards the end of the fight. Other than that, he was trying to, break Morrell's will. So, with that being said, that's one of the things I seen in the ring that kind of, let Morrell have a decent chance to make this fight great. And again, I applaud Morrell for his efforts put forward in giving us a great fight. Another thing I seen from Benavidez. Didn't did it on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook? Didn't he have a chance to get in there and pick the brain of Andre Ward, if I'm not mistaken, before this fight? He had a chance to be in there and learn something from a great, from a Hall of Famer. And Andre Ward simply told him, you're good, but with this jab, you can be great. And I don't think David Benavidez digested that well because his jab was poor in this fight, in my opinion. He's shooting it, he's looping it, he's shooting it, he's dropping it down. His glove is touching his thigh. Pause, no freakies in full effect at this point. But that jab was lazy. It was slow. It was ill advised. It wasn't consistent. It wasn't even. It wasn't even. A pawing jab. It just was like a subtle throw, and I'm gonna drop it to my thigh, and then not even bring it back to my face. So with that being said, it's like Benavidez, you got to utilize that jab, especially on the guy. Now that I see what Morrell can really do against top-notch elite competitors, that would have been a key tool for David Benavidez actually to get a real unanimous decision. In my opinion, I didn't see a unanimous decision because it was sometimes throughout the fight that Morrell, I felt like, had the upper hand, for more than half the round, more than a few rounds, in my opinion. But at the same time, with that being said, again, still a great fight. Benavidez got to work on that jab. He got to focus on getting back to who he is as a fighter. Moving up in weight doesn't mean you have to change how you fight. You don't have to turn into a heavy puncher. That is your key to success when you're fighting heavier guys. Those fast, untimely, blinding flurries that he used to throw. You need that. That is a key advantage when you're moving up in weight class and you're fighting these bigger, technical, powerful guys. You need that hand speed. You need to be able to allow yourself to let your punches flow because that's a distraction. That's something that is going to make a fighter think. That's something that's going to make a fighter say, hey, I only got enough time to throw maybe one or two punches, and then one of those combinations could be coming. So Benavidez, get back to throwing those combinations, get those flurries going, and then you build upon your power shots. Again, for Morrell, keep going, dog. Keep going, dog. And this going right here, we're gonna segue into the next question when it comes to David Morrell. Do we as a podcast, as a boxing head, as a fan of boxing, do Capo, do you think that David Morrell is a threat to the rest of the big dogs in the division with the way he performed last night against David Benavidez?
Based off his performance last night, yes. That dude he showed a lot of will. He showed a lot of heart. So, based off what he showed last night, yes. Now, granted, there's another aspect to this. David Morrell made a lot of money yesterday, right? And you as a coach know that there's certain guys that, you know, they have that drive and that hunger until they reach a certain amount of money,
Mm-hmm.
right? They stop coming to the gym as much. They stop showing that drive and that hunger. They stop pushing themselves. They start making excuses. And as a coach, you're not gonna force that man to, get in the gym. He a grown man, right? So if David Morrell continues to keep that same mentality he had, although he made a lot of money yesterday, and I definitely think that he can pose some issues. I mean, he knocked down David Benavidez. Now, granted, we could question the knockdown, but it don't matter. You saw David Benavidez's face after that fight. He
Mm-hmm.
You saw that man got some power. He got some pop. He's crafty. He can move. He could pose some issues at 175. So, but most definitely, I do think that David Morrell is a threat to the rest of the division.
And I'm not gonna lie, I 100% wholeheartedly agree. He's a threat because why, he possesses something different that most fighters in this division don't possess. He possesses the skill set of craftiness. He has speed. He has power, and probably, in my opinion, outside of Bivol, I think Morrell has the best footwork in this division, and we all know where a boxer is built from the ground up. And if he can learn how to get into the thick of things and continue to move his feet and throw the same combinations with the same power, I believe the rest of the division that's at the top, the elites of the elites, they're gonna be in trouble because he's young, he's hungry. Hopefully, he stays hungry. Hopefully, this bag he just got doesn't change his mindset and his will to still be great. It doesn't change his drive because we all know, like Capo said, money can deter you once you get it. It'll kind of put you in a place to be complacent. No, once you get a bag, you want that bag to continue to work for you. You want that to make extra reoccurring revenue. So get you a brand, David Morrell. Continue to build on your brand. Now that you got the bag to do it. Now that you have the fight under your belt to build upon. Like I say, a lot of fighters are scared to take a loss. But if I'm going to take a loss, I will take a loss to certain fighters. Benavidez at 175, and it's a first big step up fight, really for both of them. This is for both of them. This was both of their first time being on such a huge event, you know, by themselves. You know, Benavidez and David Morrell headlining, and that's big for both of them. You know what I'm saying? The sky's the limit at this point for both of them. But Morrell, again, keep the drive, stay hungry, continue to do what you do. Don't stop working on your craft. Don't let the bag keep you out of the gym. Don't get lazy. Just continue to be who you are. And I guarantee, in my opinion, I guarantee this dude gonna be at the top, and he gonna cause some problems, and he gonna be holding some belts for a while. He gonna be a force to deal with.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Um, like you said, he just got to stay grounded. But let's take off to the next question. After that performance from Benavidez, do you think he can make it competitive with Bivol or Beterbiev?
Mm. Uh, I ain't gonna lie. I got a lot of questions, and I already stated a few things. The poor jabbing, the fact that he's getting away from who he has been that separated him from the pack, and throwing those combinations and those flurries and just applying tremendous amount of pressure. Last night he applied pressure, but it was a different type of pressure. It was a barrage of power punches. It wasn't as fast. It wasn't as convincing in my opinion. But like I say, when we matching him up against Bivol, Beterbiev, I don't know. I got some questions that need to be answered. Are you gonna fix that jab? Are you gonna fix that and he was caught. It was several times where he got caught just standing there. Like, why are we standing there? That's where the jab comes into play, guys. When we boxing, male and female, when we are boxing, the jab is to fill that uncomfortable space. The jab is to disclose or disclaim anything that you may think is about to happen. You utilize the jab to build upon everything. It's a deterrent. It's one of those things. It's a tool to make the other fighter think. And we can't stress this enough. A thinking fighter is a fighter that's in trouble. And the jab can make a lot of people think if you're using it properly. And just like Andre Ward said, like I said earlier, Benavidez can be great. He's good, but with that jab, he can be great because you can win a whole fight off of footwork and jabbing properly. Just mark my words. The greats will tell you. The greats. You ain't got to take it from me. You ain't got to believe in Coach B. Go get some of these other trainers that's out there. The jab is 100% very important. It's your feet and then your jab, then your head movement and such and such. But again, David Benavidez, I got some question marks. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Beterbiev, he fight like that with Beterbiev, it's night night. Beterbiev likes that type of stuff. You want to go toe to toe, blow for blow. You want to throw your uppercut. You want to see if I can take yours or you can take mine. Then okay, let's do it. With Bivol, he's in trouble. I'm not saying he gets washed in that one, but at the same time he's in trouble because why? Bivol is a technical fighter. Bivol is a technical fighter, and that he utilizes his jab and footwork well. So after that fight with Morrell last night, Benavidez got to step it up and show that he can still be who he is and implement that jab.
Yeah, I think I definitely agree with everything you're saying, but I do see little wrinkles and ways that Benavidez can capitalize on those two.
Mm-hmm.
Bivol is very crafty, and has some very good feet. And that man, he got good bounce. And as soon as he hit that back foot, he coming with some type of combination. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so effortlessly and just fluid. And I think David will have a very tough matchup against Bivol. But I see where David can capitalize on
Mm-hmm.
the inside. A lot of those European fighters are not great inside fighters. They're phenomenal outside fighters. They're
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal mid-range fighters. But David got to turn that fight into he gonna have to get grimy with Bivol. Now,
Mm-hmm.
granted, you talk about the Dimitri Bivol, who's like you point out and like I pointed out, this dude right here is the cream of the crop. You know what I mean? As far as skills, as far as having a good jab, I mean, we saw him literally. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I picked when he fought Canelo. I picked Canelo. I was like, Canelo finna destroy him, and how he just outthought Canelo, and how he was just always a step ahead of Canelo. He kept
Correct.
Canelo on the ropes. He knew when to throw combinations. He knew he didn't just overwork himself. It was just a phenomenal performance, you know, and he just evolves even from there. You get what I mean? So he's a great fighter, and I'm not sitting here saying that it's gonna be easy for I better be for Benavidez. All these dudes got B's. Last name. But I do see ways where Benavidez can make it difficult for Bivol. He gonna have to get on the inside. He has to throw combinations, and he got to keep his head offline. That's the only thing and the only way I see him being successful against a Bivol. Now, better Bill, that's a whole nother conversation. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That man power is unreal. Even Bivol said, and which as a fighter, I feel like this was kind of like a low. I'm not gonna admit to the public, especially if I'm finna fight this dude again. That man, that dude punch hard. I'm not doing that. I'm
Right.
not finna give my opponent that satisfaction. I feel like that was a mistake. I know
Right.
he was trying to be real about it, but I wouldn't have said that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably would have lied. I would have been like, he don't hit hard. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, because you have to have the psychological advantage,
Right.
right? You have boxing is more mental than physical, so you can't sit in there and admit, hey man, that boy hitting hard, man. I ain't gonna lie. So now he already know, oh man, he bothered by my power. No,
Mm-hmm.
hey bro, you don't hit hard at all. I ain't feel nothing. Granted, I'm gonna tell my team that boy punching. We need to work on my defense because that man, he hit me in my shoulder and I swear my heart stopped. You know what I mean? Like, but with Better Be, I feel like that matchup is a little bit more difficult for Benavidez because of the power aspect. I feel like Better Be can probably break Benavidez down because we all know power punchers. If they land, they don't got to throw a lot of punches. If they land on the button and they just landing in the right spots and they placing their shots in the right
Mm-hmm.
manner and they taking their time, it takes more life out of you and it breaks you down. Benavidez is a combination puncher. He gonna put like 6 combination punches on you. That's cool.
You're right.
But I just think the Better Beef matchup is it's a way more difficult fight than I feel like the Bivol fight is. Both fights are very extremely tough, but I feel like there's a little loophole in the Bivol fight. The Better Beef fight, he don't want to be close to Better Beef. He don't want to be mid range for Better Beef. You don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be in long range for Better Beef. You want to try to avoid as much punches as you can. I'm just being real.
Oh man, yeah, you right though. I ain't gonna lie, man. That dude, like I said in our last video or a couple videos ago, he trains 100% against a boxer's regimen, and it fits him. It suits him. He is prepared for war. If you want to go and be weird with yourself and not think about what he could do to you if he land one of those powerful blows, then that's on you. But that's a guy nobody should want to just stand there and exchange punches with. It's just not good for your health. even if you do win, I guarantee you're gonna go to the hospital with a headache or something. You gonna have to lay down the next couple of days. That dude is crazy. He crazy strong.
Bro, I remember. I think it was the Marcus Brown fight. He got his head split. He had a big gash in the middle of his head. He bleeding. Normally, that will bother a fighter, right? Not him.
Mm-hmm. Motivation.
I'm like, bro, you getting punched in that cut too. He was getting punched in it. Not phased by it. Still fighting.
Crazy. Crazy.
So, that man, they call him Wolverine. Logan. Ain't that Wolverine name? Logan.
Yep.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh man, I agree though. That man is he's a different type of breed. He's definitely a different type of fighter and breed.